ancient Sumerian spaceship, interstellar spaceships in Sumeria 5,000 years ago. And again, I recommend that you listen to the Emerald Tablets written by Thoth the Atlantean. It's a tremendous amount of ancient technology that they had, interstellar travel and even interdimensional travel from what he describes in there. Now, in 2016, Iraqi Transport Minister Kazem Finjan made a sensational statement during his business trip to Dakar. According to him, the Sumerians had their own spaceport, Sumerian spaceships, and actively traveled in outer space, including flying out of our solar system. The Sumerians were one of the ancient, highly developed civilizations that lived about 5,000 years ago in Mesopotamia, between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. This territory later became Babylonia and is now in Iraq and Syria. And even the ancient Greeks claimed that they had interstellar travel. Now, back to this, the ancient buildings of the Sumerians, the ziggurats, are striking in their grandeur and are not inferior to the Egyptian pyramids. Naturally, many theories have been put forward about the purpose of these ziggurats, including those of interest to ufologists. However, no one expected the country's official to make such a statement. The Sumerians believed in many gods, gods that came from, of course, the skies. They prayed to Anu. Anu is again one of the Native American Indian words used for the friends from the skies. They called Anu, the same word exactly. So the Sumerians prayed to Anu, the supreme god or god of the sky, Enki, the god of water, knowledge, mischief, crafts, and creation, Enlil, the lord of the wind, Inanna, queen of heaven, Utu, the sun god, and Sin, the moon god. They invented many technologies, including the wheel, cuneiform, arithmetic, geometry, irrigation, saws, and other tools, as well as sandals, chariots, harpoons, and beer. Finjan is sure that the ancient Sumerians were also well acquainted with space and that the first platform for spacecraft were built on the territory of the Sumerian cities of Ur and Eridu about 5,000 years ago. We know that Ur is the city where Abraham came from before he came to Canaan. Now, Finjan said that if someone does not believe him, then they can read the books of Zechariah Sitchin or the works of Samuel Kramer. Sitchin, of course, we know is very famous author of ufology, and Kramer is considered one of the best Sumerian specialists in the 20th century, who studied Sumerian myths about the creation of the world in the most detailed way. Some researchers in the field of alternative history and forbidden archaeology also believe that the ruins of the Sumerian ziggurats are something like the ancient space landing sites of Sumer. This includes the best preserved ziggurat of Ur, excavated in the 1930s, just as Kramer was actively exploring ancient Mesopotamia. The architecture of the ziggurats has long amazed historians and archaeologists, and it's indeed something very impressive and majestic, and who knows how they looked in their full form. In addition, it's possible for a reason that the ziggurats had flat platforms on top. It was on these platforms that small alien ships would land, they claim. And it can be considered just tales of fans of green men, but it's difficult to deny the fact that the ancient Sumerians really knew too much about space for ordinary farmers and pastoralists, that is, herdsmen. Several years after Finjan's speech, Professor Kamal Aziz Ketuli published the following. While visiting the Iraqi Museum in Baghdad in the Sumerian wing, he noticed 3 Sumerian clay tablets with cuneiform and drawings dating around 3000 BC. And according to him, one of the tablets he found drawings very similar to the heliocentric image of the solar system. That is, the Sumerians may not have flown anywhere, but they perfectly understood how our galaxy works, which is kind of impossible during such old times. And in addition, it's known that the Mesopotamians used an advanced calendar with months and years, which indicated that they already knew very well the movements of the Earth and the Moon. And also at one time, scientists discovered that the Sumerians were well aware of the existence of 5 planets in the solar system, visible to the naked eye. These planets were Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. And this is on Infinity Explorers by Anne Shrivastava. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support, and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.